Artists 18 plus, what are the strangest commissions you've been asked to create? I started doing photography, and I've had a lot of commissions, including some 18 plus ones. This is material that, in my opinion, is done tastefully, nude art without vulgarity, body outlines, yoga poses, and so on. One client found out about my past. I used to work on adult film sets and asked me to do a boudoir photoshoot to capture her pregnancy. It's not exactly what I usually do, but at the same time, it's not entirely new to me. But then I found out what she meant. She literally wanted to shoot something pornographic. I just can't wrap my head around how to describe what she wanted. A shoot where a hairy pregnant woman engages in pegging with a man, involving herself and her fiancé. This absolutely doesn't fit within the framework of a boudoir photoshoot. I told her that to shoot what she wanted, she'd need to find a more experienced photographer. Once, I worked with a guy who did 18 plus commissions. He told me that one client wanted a piece where Zelda, any Link, penetrates a pregnant gorilla, Donkey Kong. In high school, I drew customers' pets for extra income. One person contacted me through Instagram and asked me to draw his kitten mating with his golden retriever. I couldn't do it. I don't usually take 18 plus commissions, but once I was asked to draw a manatee with blue hair and huge breasts. No idea why he needed it. For a while, I took written commissions. The worst was a story about a call girl having sex with an obese man, and every time he ejaculated into her in fountains of semen, he got thinner and thinner while she got fatter and fatter. I had to describe it in excruciating detail. I was asked to create a series of 5 drawings featuring Pokemon EV with a litter of 12 babies. In the first drawing, she was supposed to be depicted pregnant, with a cutaway view inside her upon hovering. The second was to show her giving birth, the third had them all in diapers, the fourth had them all defecating in diapers, and the fifth showed them all without diapers, with diarrhea. Unfortunately, I was offered $250 for this, and I desperately needed the money at the time. After that, I stopped drawing 18 plus furry style art, left the fandom, and cut contact with everyone who knew about that commission. I created a new profile with a new identity. I'll never fully cleanse myself of the horrors of what I drew, but after I started drawing for so many people, it got a lot easier. I had a client obsessed with Nicole, the mom from the cartoon The Amazing World of Gumball. His commissions kept escalating. At first, it was just a standard pinup, but with hundreds of variations, different types of lingerie, pregnant Nicole, nude Nicole, covered in semen, that kind of thing. Then he ordered a series of drawings where he, the client, marries Nicole and then impregnates her, with the process depicted in a series of highly detailed illustrations. I only refused when he ordered a drawing where he, the client, throws money at me, the artist. Having such a regular client at a time when I had little money allowed me to live comfortably and buy food. Refusing him was a tough decision. Wherever you are, Nicole fan, I hope you're healthy and happy. For several years, I did 18 plus commissions. Among the strangest was a guy who asked how much it would cost to draw his girlfriend, with whom he was in a serious relationship, having sex with a dog. He clarified that he had her written consent, and she wanted it just as much. I told him I wasn't taking commissions at the moment. Another weird thing I encountered was people sending me their fully nude photos because they wanted me to draw them. This happened with 3 different people. Honestly, I wish I could be that uninhibited and confident. It wasn't me, but my girlfriend. She doesn't share the juiciest details since she did this before we started dating. But she draws incredibly detailed, very large testicles with medium-sized penises, and it's a bit scary. I want a character to brutally abuse me while raping me. Could you add more wolf-like features? I want him to have teeth that could tear out my throat while I'm enjoying it. In recent years, erotica has gotten weirder. A colleague asked me to draw a cat as a bodybuilder lifting dumbbells shaped like rabbits. What's vulgar about that? The cat was supposed to have a huge, realistic penis, and the rabbit-shaped dumbbells were supposed to stare at his genitals with heart-shaped eyes. Naturally, I refused to draw it. Apparently, I did something to avoid misunderstandings. I don't take commissions or draw adult art. That one time, I only did it to win an argument. A few people were arguing about which girl from the anime Evangelion is the best. I jokingly said Ramiel is the best. I always say that when this argument starts. For those unaware, the joke is that Ramiel is just a giant floating blue octahedron. One guy in the argument said something like, if Ramiel is the best girl, you must have at least 10 pornographic drawings of her on your computer. I thought it would be easy to prove, but a quick Google search showed that Rule 34, if something exists on the internet, there's an adult version of it, failed me. So, I went home after a 13-hour shift, turned on my computer, and made 10 pornographic drawings of a floating octahedron to win an internet argument. That's my sin, my shame. Once, I was asked to draw Chun-Li from Street Fighter fighting a tentacle monster underwater while wearing a breathing apparatus like Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob, just a dome around her head. Oddly enough, he had already commissioned other artists to do the same thing since he had sample photos exactly as he described. So, I guess he just needed more. I don't even know if he wanted the drawing to be erotic or weird. I declined both offers. I was asked to draw comic-style furries that somehow magically turn into fully sentient garbage bags, then get eaten by other furries. Another commission involved intimacy between what the client described as horrific machines, essentially train locomotives with Pixar-like faces and genitals. The strangest commission I unfortunately accepted was a long comic about the client, with his real appearance, not a fictional one, having sex with several characters from My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. A YouTuber once asked me to draw her as a foot Nari giving birth through her penis to some hideous creature. Honestly, I had a lot of fun working on that commission. One person asked me to draw his furry persona as a cat playing with her own breasts. Every time I sent him a sketch, he asked to make the breasts larger and larger. In the final version, they took up half her body. The guy ended up scamming me on payment and blocked me right after I sent him the final version. It was my first commission, and I didn't know the ins and outs. When I was 16 or 17, I did non-explicit drawings on DeviantArt at visitors' requests for practice. One person asked me to draw the Pokemon Lopunny jumping on a gym ball. I didn't think much of it at the time. After completing the commission, I checked his account and saw a ton of similar art. He definitely had a thing for it. After a strange chain of events, I was asked to draw a minion burning on a cross while other minions held a bloody orgy around him. I'm currently working on this piece, and I already feel the flames of hell. My artist friend completed one such commission. It was essentially a reverse mermaid, a fish with breasts and legs. According to him, the client described some details very thoroughly. My friend drew it, delivered it, got paid, and did his best to forget about it. But I keep reminding him about it. A client wanted a highly realistic oil painting of his penis, framed. What made it even weirder was that he brought me a very low-quality photo of his genitals. Dude, if you're going to spend hundreds of dollars, at least take a decent photo. I don't even do 18+ commissions, but several times I've been asked to draw people or animals in diapers. Another guy asked me to draw a famous character from a German children's TV show, Die Maus, the mouse, as a giant in various everyday giant scenarios. I drew a few versions where the mouse destroyed a city or did something similar, but he liked the one where several people used the mouse as a diving platform the most. What a weird world we live in. Once, I painted and decorated a lighter case for myself, and a family friend liked it. She asked if I could make one for her. She wanted it to say cock lover with a drawing of a penis. She just wanted her boyfriend to stop taking her lighter. I did it, she loved it, and he stopped stealing her lighter. A watercolor painting commissioned by a woman's husband depicted her lying on a chaise lounge in lingerie, with a ceramic vase filled with grapefruits, bananas, lemons, and grapes on a nearby stand. It was a gift for their 10th wedding anniversary. Some people contacted me and tried to push me beyond my comfort zone. One guy asked me to draw a penis with a nipple, a penis stretched too far, nipples that open, a penis vessel, and other weird stuff. He kept asking how gruesome and bloody I could make the paintings. In the end, he criticized my work and canceled the order. I'm sure he was just a troll trying to see what he could provoke me into doing for profit. I can't say he was wrong, I'd have done it all for fair payment. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new, super interesting discussions. Become our patron via the link in the description and listen to our episodes in the background without ads or censorship. In the meantime, check out our other videos.